What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. For one last time, we are using Xinyu's really cool Palkia Calyrex Ice Team. We have featured it a couple times at this point on the channel, and we're using it for one more round. So, looking at my opponent's first team, it is Yveltal Zacian. It is Yveltal Zacian Primarina with a Charizard, a Meowstic, and a Rangaroo. So there's actually some really scary stuff here. I am a fan of Ensign with Porygon 2. I think Porygon 2 can really help out with a lot of the special attackers on the team. So that's something to be looking forward to. Calyrex and then Palkia. So Meowstic is really scary here because of the fact that it gets Skill Swap. So I don't necessarily know what it wants to Skill Swap, but Skill Swap Prankster is always very scary. So definitely something to look out for. I think we also do have to be a little bit wary of the fact that it can reverse a Trick Room. There is also that Rangaroo, so my opponent does have a Trick Room mode, so we do have to be a little bit wary of how we're going to approach that. But I do think that we are overall in a pretty good position. Meowstic does have Fake Out, so that is also definitely something to be wary of. I really wish we had Taunt on Ensign. I think that would have been a nice sort of thing, but I think it makes sense to not have it. Like, I think everything else makes sense. So let's just kind of see how this one will play out. Like I said, we do just want to be a little bit weary of what my opponent can go for. So yeah, that'll be sort of an interesting thing. We're going to see Meowstic Zacian. So as much as this hurts me, I have to fake out the Meowstic. I don't have to fake out the Meowstic. Let's think about this. If I... You know, Prankster would have been really nice. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to fake out Meowstic. I'm going to go for a Trick Room. And then we do have the ability to Parting Shot as well as go for some other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I would have enjoyed a nice little Prankster for recovery. But I mean, at the same time, if you have Yveltal, it's nice to be able to hit that too. So like I said, I do think just given that Meowstic does have access to Fake Out, I do want to play this just a little bit safer and hit into that as opposed to the Zacian. There is also just a really good chance that Zacian is going to go for a Protect, so that's really good. We are going to see a withdraw from the Zacian, so that's really helpful as a Rangaroo is going to come out. So a Rangaroo definitely can do some scary stuff, as yeah, the Meowstic is just going to end up being faster, which is unfortunate, but interesting. Oh, we're going to see an eject button. So this is tricky, right? Because now you have access to Instruct, which can make me Trick Room again. So I almost feel like I have to switch out Porygon because of the fact that this Rangaroo should be slower. So we know that there is that chance of you just going for that. We are going to see a Charizard come out. So I want to Parting Shot the Zard and switch into Palkia, right? It's just because I'm afraid of an Instruct going into Palkia, but we do know that we can safely go for a Max Geyser, so that's something that's really nice. We are going to potentially have to take a really big hit from this Charizard, but all things considered, I don't think it's the end of the world, as we are going to get the switch in. So let's see what they go for. We could see a Max here. I don't think a Max is necessarily the worst thing ever. Yeah, we are gonna see the Charizard Max. So if we can pop out into into P2 and start firing off an Eerie Impulse, I think that'll put us overall in a good position. We do just have to be wary though of the fact that you have access to Instruct, which can make things a little tricky. But I'm hoping to see, like I said, just calling it safe, going for Max Quake. I like that. Into the Ensign. Ensign gonna go knock down to Sash. But this is a good position for them, right? Because of the fact that you are getting that special defense boost to better deal with my Palkia. We could... Oh, you're just reversing the Trick Room. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Oranguru is just going to go straight for a reverse of the Trick Room. I'm fine to bring out Porygon here, just because of the fact that I think we should be able to... Actually, are you? Because Charizard is Iron Ball. Right, we see an Imprison. So an Imprison is fine with me. I'm interested to know why they're going for an Imprison. But nope, that is wrong button. We have access to this, as well as a super effective Hydro Pump. So Oranguru, interesting to see how it's going to play out. Right, Imprison, I guess you're going for a Trick Room the subsequent turn, but I'm fine. I'm honestly fine if we can get Charizard to -3. We do have access to Incin still for your Zacian in the back, so that's really nice. And it is sort of 2 main support Pokemon and 2 main offensive threats, but I'm fine to let the Trick Room expire, just given the fact that we do, like I said, have Incin, so that is going to be really helpful, and we can really start crippling this Charizard. I think it's still going to be faster than my Porygon, so you'll get off your Quake first. Yeah, we are going to see the Quake come out, so a little bit tricky for sure. Going into the Palkia, going to take pretty much nothing as a result of that parting shot. So really like to see that. We are going to be able to, I mean, looking at how little that did, I honestly wonder if it's worth going for another Eerie Impulse. Yeah, I mean, like that, is that a non-crit? Is this Charizard Eevee trained? I don't know. Is that a weakness policy? Interesting. So we're going to see a weakness policy, just like no speed Charizard. Foul Play going to come out, doing very little into Palkia. We are going to fire off an Eerie Impulse. It is interesting, though, to see Foul Play on Oranguru, which means that we cannot use that. So we're actually forced to just go for... We could ignore the Charizard. Do I need... No, I don't need... I mean, I have to Eerie Impulse the Oranguru and go for a Geyser onto the Zard because we are locked out of Foul Play. So we are going to see the Wildfire come out finally turn 4. I think that that's smart. It's going to do absolutely nothing given the fact that this Charizard is at -1 and the rain is up. Geyser are going to come out, so we do get to at least finish off the Zard, which I think is going to be important. But we do have to take some residual damage as a result of the Wildfire. So that's going to be a little bit scary, but we are maxed, so that's good for us, as that means we do have the ability to, what's it called? We do have the ability to deal with the Zacian pretty comfortably. We also do have Babiri Berry on Calyrex if it comes down to that, as Foul Play doing a little bit more than last time. Oh, because of a crit. So that explains that. Wildfire, yeah, really sort of building up here. So what? We should see a Zacian come out. I mean, you could bring out Meowstic. Meowstic would be fine. We are going to see, like I said, the Zacian here. So I think the right choice is just to switch out into Incin and then bring out Palkia. Or, yeah. So we're going to switch out into Incin. Nope, wrong. Yep. We're going to switch out here, and we're going to go for a Max Geyser onto the Zacian. I know we have access to Max Quake, but it doesn't necessarily feel important. And what's nice here is we're going to be able to guarantee a Fake Out. So, or not guarantee a Fake Out, right? Like, if you prevent the Fake Out by attacking into Incin, that means we get the KO. So overall, I think this is a really good switch. We do have to be a little bit weary of Foul Play from the Oranguru coming out, but all things considered, I don't think it's the end of the world. Right, we are going to see just a straight play rough into Palkia. Palkia is going to live here, which is very important, right? That lets us fire off a big Max Geyser onto the Zacian to get the KO, so that's really great for us. And so yeah, shout out to Incin for that Intimidate. We are going to have to, unfortunately, go down. So we will be down to our last 2. which is a little bit tricky given the fact that Porygon is... that's actually really tricky because you have Foul Play on Oranguru. And Calyrex is physical and Calyrex. So we have to bring out these two. Porygon... Yeah, I don't actually know what Porygon can do here. You also are... You're Fake Out on Meowstic, and I don't have access to Protect because of Swords Dance, which is a decision I don't agree with, but it's fine. We are getting a Prankster, but that's really not helpful when I can't click Foul Play. I have to Eerie Impulse this Meowstic, go for a Glacial Lance, and I just have to hope, right? Like, I can beat Meowstic one-on-one, or I can beat Oranguru one-on-one. So all I have to do is get a knockout, because then I can recover stall with... all right, please don't do that much. Oh my goodness. Jesus, that's it so much. So Protect here would have sealed us the game, but this Oranguru should be faster than my Calyrex. So unfortunately, you are going to be able to... Okay, wait, there's hope. Firing off the Eerie Impulse. I just need to be faster than this Meowstic. That's it. I mean, not this Meowstic, this Oranguru. We are not, unfortunately, going to be faster. So Calyrex is going to go down here. And yeah, at this point, we cannot win. So a really, really frustrating start. I wish we had Protect. Like, I get that Swords Dance is nice, but like Protect is just such a better option 9 times out of 10. So... definitely a sticking point for me. I always like to prioritize Protect if I can. I don't think Swords Dance is necessary on Calyrex, and this is definitely one of those positions where it comes to bite me, because it was just like, yeah, I got locked out of everything. But it is what it is. I think, yeah, we played as well as we can, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is a Solgaleo Kyogre team. It is a Thundurus Kyogre Solgaleo with Spectrier, Grimmsnarl, and Whimsicott. So I really like Amoonguss here, Amoonguss Porygon, because of the fact that that lets us go for a Rage Powder into a Trick Room with no real way of denying that. I think we definitely want Palkia, and then probably Calyrex. Let's go with Calyrex here. Feeny. No, let's go with this. I think Porygon is going to really play a big role here, given the fact that it does have Foul Play if you trigger a weakness policy on Solgaleo. It does have that Eerie Impulse for Kyogre. So overall, I think it just offers a lot of really good tech. And that, I think, is going to play a big role. We do have to be a little bit weary of what that Grimmsnarl wants to go for, especially given the fact that we don't have Tapu Fini. So something like a T-Wave can really put a thorn in my side, but we also do have access to Spore. So, like, that's fine, as we are going to see a Solgaleo Spectrier. Like I said, this is totally fine with me because of the fact that we can just go for a straight Trick Room into a Follow Me, as I appreciate the Grimne boost. So Rage Powder here, set up the Trick Room. I'm fine with you getting a Weakness Policy boost, because all that means is we do have Foul Play the subsequent turn, and then we're good from there. So one thing to be a little bit wary of is a Sash on Spectrier. So we probably want to prioritize bringing out Palkia over Calyrex, because of the fact that you can burn me, which can definitely cause problems. It could be Scarf Spectrier, which would be nice, but feeling pretty good about the position right now, just because we do have a guaranteed Trick Room, unless it's like Safety Goggles. It could be Safety Goggles Spectrier, in which case I don't have a counterplay to that. So we are going to see the max Solgaleo. I think a double up of Foul Play and Yeah, Foul Play and a Max Quake from Palkia should be more than enough to KO it. I can't see it live that double up, but honestly, you never know. We are going to see the Rage Powder come out. We should see the Bulldoze. Yeah, Bulldoze comes out. Solgaleo, that is totally fine to get a weakness policy. I've got a Foul Play coming your way. The only potential issue is if you are slower than my Palkia. That's definitely something to watch out for, is if you're slower. So we have to bring up Palkia here. Yeah, I'm assuming if you're Bulldoze, you're fast, right? Like, you're trying to outspeed things after the Bulldoze. So that lets us bring out Palkia here. We do have the ability to max Quake, which I think is going to be pretty important. So taking advantage of slow Palkia here, a big deal, right? Like, yeah, you're definitely fast. We have access to max Quake as well as a Foul Play onto the Solgaleo. I don't really see what you would want to go for with Spectre. I mean, you could Shadow Ball my Palkia just for damage, but that's not really accomplishing much. And so we're trying to set up for a really good position for this endgame, right? Like, Spectre, if we can break the Sash, is not threatening at all, especially under Trick Room. So that's good for us. Kyogre is going to be a little bit tricky, but we do have access to Eerie Impulse to basically neutralize all of the damage it can do. So that's really helpful. We are going to see a Spectre swap, so that's nice to see. As Grimmsnarl going to come out, Grimmsnarl definitely a little scary, but not necessarily the end of the world. We could see Max Guard. Max Guard would be scary. That's one thing definitely to be afraid of, is Max Guard Solgaleo, with the idea that you can set up a screen the subsequent turn. But that does mean we're staggering our max one turn behind you. I mean, we're going to do that regardless. So Foul Play going to come out. Big damage. The big question now, perfect. We are going to be quote-unquote faster under Trick Room, which means that we will be able to pick up a nice KO onto this Solgaleo. So now what we need to do is figure out what they're going to bring out next. So yeah, let's see here. There are definitely a couple of options, and I think all of them have their merit. So yeah, Grimmsnarl here, though, is a little scary because of Spirit Break, but not the end of the world, because of the fact that we just need to make a situation where Calyrex can come out. So that's good for us. We are going to see Spectre come out, so Foul Play for sure going that way. I would like to Quake the Grimmy and go for a Foul Play onto the Spectre, just because of the fact that it is going to do quite a bit of damage. Not as much as it would to Calyrex, but if, like I said, if we can break a Sash, that's really good for us. And then we do have the ability to switch into Calyrex, which I know will only have like one turn under Trick Room, but a Glacial Lance, even for one turn, is still a Glacial Lance. And yeah, I can't really see anything surviving. I just want to be wary of a Focus Sash potential. So we are going to see the Light Screen come out, so that's totally fine. Getting a nice boost onto my special defense is important, as this Foul Play, let's see how much it does. Not as much as I would like. There's a real big difference between Spectre and Calyrex. I will tell you that much. That's still over half. So over half is good. I do want to make the switch into Calyrex. I know it's like a little bit risky, as Snarl going to come out. Snarl is fine because of the fact that, like I said, we do have access to Calyrex. So I'm going to just go for a hit here. There should be 2 turns of Trick Room, right? Perfect. So 2 turns of Trick Room. I'm going to switch out into Calyrex, just with the idea of setting up with it as much as possible. And also, like, Palkia is in an incredible position here, right? Like, it has +2 special defense. Even if you're going to keep lowering my special attack, it's not necessarily the end of the world, as, okay, that did a little bit more than I would have liked. We are going to fire off a Max Quake. We do have to be a little bit weary of Will-O-Wisp coming out, but not the end of the world. We are going to get the boost up. So now let's see what this Spectrier wants to go for. I'm hoping it's a Snarl. I'm assuming it's a Snarl. We're going to see a Snarl. Snarl is perfect. I would like to switch out my Palkia. Yeah, let's switch out Palkia into... Do I want to switch out my Palkia? Not really, in all honesty. I don't have a reason to. Let's Earth Power the Spectrier and go for a Glacial Lance. Glacial Lance should be able to KO Grimmsnarl at this range. So that means you're not going to be able to get up another boost or another Spirit Break onto my Palkia, which is definitely important. So we have that. We should be able to potentially pick up a double knockout. So another really huge thing for us. We are going to see the Spectrier withdraw into, I'm assuming, yep, into Kyogre. Kyogre is not totally, but it is fine here given the fact that we will be able to significantly reduce the damage that a Water Spout would do, to the point where we should be able to live and set up another Trick Room. And if we can get Porygon out, like, that is really good for us, as yeah, we're gonna get that plus the Earth Power. Palkia though is a little low, so that is definitely something to be wary of, especially given the fact that there is the fear of Spectrier having Will-O-Wisp, which I really expect it to. So we are going to see the Twisted Dimensions return to normal. We can go for a Spatial Rend onto this Ogre and set up a Trick Room. And then that should hopefully put us in a good position. Porygon with Recover, I think, is going to be really helpful in this situation. So I do want to prioritize setting up with Calyrex. So we're going to do that. We're going to click the Trick Room, right? Like, even though it wasn't very effective, like, Glacial Lance still did a lot to Kyogre, and now we're going to be at +1. So we're going to do even more. So that's really helpful, especially if we can get Porygon 2 in Trick Room as well, right? Like, it has access to Eerie Impulse. It has access to Recover. Kyogre not really going to be too keen about Water Spouts, and we should be able to live a hit from Spectrier, which is what I'm hoping for. We do have the special defense boost on Calyrex. Even if you burn me, like, it's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. So, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. We see the Shadow Ball come out straight from Spectrier. I'm hoping, like I said, +1 really helps out. That is a lot of damage. Scald gonna come out. Please, Calyrex, live. Critical hit, really big deal in that situation, as we... Okay, so it is Life Orb on the Kyogre, as... Yeah, that is not what we needed. Porygon 2, though, very healthy. You cannot go for a Snarl onto me. I mean, you cannot go for a Shadow Ball onto me. So that's really nice. Drizzle, that's fine. Spatial Rend onto the Ogre and set up a Trick Room here. What's nice, though, is we have access to Recover. So we can Recover stall the Kyogre because of the fact that it's Life Orb. So that's really helpful. But yeah, let's just see. This is a tricky turn. I just need to take or survive enough that I can recover after Kyogre hits me with a Scald. Snarl shouldn't do that much, right? We saw Snarl, we saw Bulldoze, we saw Shadow Ball. So Spectrier not really doing any damage at all into me. We are going to see the Shadow Ball come out into Palkia. So that's actually even better, right? It means that... oh, Palkia lives. So that's cool. Scald's going to come out onto Porygon. Oh my goodness. Spatial Rend going to come out, doing a decent chunk onto this Ogre. The big... okay, so big question now is... Actually, no. Okay, so what we do is we Spatial Rend again. We go for a Recover, right? That should knock out the Ogre, and then Spectrier 1v1, we win with Foul Play. So we are going to be able to get the Recover off. which is huge. We connect the Spatial Rend, which is a big deal. Pick up the knockout. Right? Okay, great. We pick up the knockout onto Ogre. And now we just have to go for foul plays onto the Spectre, and there shouldn't be a good counterplay to that. Right? So, yeah, definitely a scary one for sure. We are going to be able to clutch this one out thanks to foul play. So, definitely, yeah, that's a nice relief. Are they going to try and stall this? What do you like? I have foul play. Just let it happen. So I don't know if I would do this. I might do this. But yeah, like now it's just awkward. Like, you know that I'm going to hit you with foul play. You're going to hit me with Snarl. Perfect. Nice. Thank you for the crit. So we didn't have to do this twice. So overall, a good second battle. I think it was really tricky. That critical hit on Calyrex was really scary. I don't actually know if it mattered, but we were at +1 special defense. But they were also life orbs, so like give and take. But I think given the fact that Porygon 2 is able to so easily take the hit, really helped. So overall, a solid second battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is a Calyrex Zacian team. So it is Calyrex, Blastoise, Zacian with Incin, Rillaboom, and Regieleki. Incin, I like Incin P2 with a Palkia and Calyrex. Yeah, let's go with this. We do have to be a little bit weary of double. I mean, what? If you lead double fake out, right? That's not a big deal. Yeah, double fake out's not a big deal because we do get an Intimidate, and that tells me a lot about what you have in the back. I do really expect to see an Intimidator with Regieleki or Blastoise. What's nice, though, is if we can set up Trick Room, we do have access to Eerie Impulse to really cripple the Blastoise, and I think that that's going to be a little bit more of a priority than, than recovering with P2. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if we can cripple your max, right, like that significantly puts us in a good position. But there's definitely a lot of scary things to look out for here, as we are going to see a Calyrex Regieleki. Okay, so I would like to Parting Shot the Calyrex. I don't think. Nice. Let's go for a Parting Shot here and go for the Trick Room. This is 2 special attackers, right? You should max Aleki. If you max Aleki, it's tricky. If you max Aleki, I mean, we have max Palkia, which if we get off a Parting Shot onto Calyrex, puts us in a really good position. But we should see a double up onto P2. I can't risk going for going for a fake out, because you're just gonna max Aleki, or you're gonna swap Aleki. That's interesting. You might be Imprison. I don't remember this set, but I don't think it's Imprison Zacian. I mean, Imprison Calyrex. If it is, I'll be sad. We're gonna just see a max Calyrex, which is interesting. I don't think that, yeah, I mean, we're like almost max special defense, so we should be able to live with P2, right? Like, even a max Mindstorm should not be enough to get the KO, as we're going to see a straight Starfall. So this is into Incin. That's even better. Incin's going to take that super, super well. This is going to let us just bounce right out, right? We can fire off a... Okay, in your life work. That's even better to know. Parting Shot going to come out here. So we bring out Calyrex here. I mean, not Calyrex. We bring out Palkia here. I want to bring out Palkia, man. I want to bring out Calyrex, man. We're going to bring out Palkia because that's the right thing to do. We can Quake and swap into... We can Geyser, actually. We don't have a reason not to Geyser. So we Geyser and we swap into Calyrex just because I want to use it. That's actually just a bad idea. We should play correctly. So we are going to go for a Geyser onto... No, we should Quake. The thing is, you're going to get a parting shot off. Let's go for a Quake and go for a foul play onto... Oh, let's Eerie Impulse. Let's Eerie Impulse the Calyrex first and then go for... what's it called? Go for a foul play. Just because of the fact that I don't think we get the knockout. And so this way, what we can do is we can at least cripple its next attack first and then get rid of, like, do some damage onto it. Yeah, I don't know. This, I think, is a weird situation regardless, but I think it's fine. We are going to see just a straight fake out. So fake out is totally fine here, right? That means that you are not going for a parting shot. We are going to unfortunately see the Sugar Berry. We could have, I mean, we could have switched out into Calyrex. That would have been a cool play, right? Switch out into Calyrex to stop the berry from triggering, but we're not that smart. We are going to see, what is this Calyrex going to go for? We are going to finally see a Phantasm come out onto the Palkia, right? Palkia going to take a little bit of damage, right? You are significantly weakened at this point, so we can fire off another Quake, and then... Oh yeah, because you're already at -1. That's true. I'm going to Quake here, and I'm going to... I want to use Calyrex. I'm going to use Calyrex. It's my video. We're going to bring out Calyrex here. Was it a good idea? Is it a good idea? Probably not. Actually, it's fine, right? Because of the fact that you are about to... Your max is about to be over, and you've taken chip. If you make the call and Phantasm into P2, more power to you. It doesn't matter in the end game, but we are going to see the instant swap out into Regieleki, which is great, right? We are going to be able to fire off this big Quake onto the Regieleki. I'm hoping for a knockout. Yep, we are going to see the knockout here. So nice special defense boost onto Palkia. This means that you're going to free switch it into Instant. Phantasm going to come out. Oh, I thought that was going into... I was like, oh my goodness, that read. So yeah, you are going to be able to bring out Instant. I'm going to be sad because you have access to Fake Out. Yeah, just show me the Instant. You could Parting Shot to be like really cheeky. Yeah, Instant gonna come out here. I mean, this is what, the last battle I'm using with this team. Calyrex is gonna go back to normal. I'm not really worried about I'm more worried about Instant. So I'm just gonna Quake the Instant slot. I'm gonna click Glacial Lance. Right, like this is a +2 Calyrex in special defense versus a -1 Calyrex. So, you know, it's fine. We are going to see just a straight protect here. So that really suggests to me that you are going for a fake out, right? I mean, not a fake out. I thought you were going for a party shot. So that's cool. That did a little bit more than I would have liked. Oh, because we have the defense drop. That's smart. They have a Zacian in the back, don't they? They totally do. There is a Zacian that's about to come out as my Trick Room expires. There you are. Do I have Instant? Alright, I'm gonna swap into Instant and go for a Trick Room. Right? My thought process with this is +2 special defense, -1, and we have Babiri Berry. I don't know if we live the double up. I hope we live the double up. Okay, if we go down, then we have Fake Out into into Zashi in the subsequent turn, as well as a Trick Room with the Porygon. So it's not totally over because Palkia can deal with Zacian in the end game. As we are going to see a Protect. So that should guarantee that we are... Okay. Wait, was there one turn of Trick Room left? That was dumb. I could have Swords Danced. We're gonna get a Fake Out off into the Zacian. We are gonna have to take an Astral Barrage. But we're at +2. Yeah, that's gonna do absolutely nothing. This is gonna let us set up the Trick Room. We can now Parting Shot into their Zashi. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. I could have Swords Danced. Parting Shot here, and I'm going to fire off a Glacial Lance. We could see Calyrex Protect. All right, yeah, they're gonna cancel. So glad we were able to pull that out in the end. That's a really funny trainer card. Very cool team for sure. Definitely make sure to check out Xinyu. This team is incredible. I've had a lot of fun with it. We are gonna use some other teams to wrap up the month. So look forward to that. And yeah, with that, until next